The value of the poetic spirit is that it helps us to think loftily. It enables us to remember that we have kinship not only with the dusty street, but with the stars. That's from Walter Bowie on Being Alive, published in 1932. Old by contemporary standards, but by old-fashioned historical standards, loud and clear. Too sentimental? Who uses loftily today? I don't know. I don't really care. The quotation just rings loud and clear and true. I spent the first COVID closeted months with quite a few of my old-fashioned friends at the Imagination Lab. We didn't wear masks. Wait! Don't freak out. Don't worry. Of course, I'm talking books. Books who communicate from the heart. They communicate from the heart in silence. Glorious, contagious silence. They encouraged me to stay in contact with my other friends. Like you. Are you sharing with them, they asked me? And so hello from the Poet's Corner. You know, I couldn't sleep in the small hours after that crowd-forbidden Independence Day of celebrations in 2020 across the United States. I kept rolling around in bed. I kept rolling around, cat to one side, heap of sheets and blankets to the other. It was stuffy inside my house and hot without the swamp cooler. With the swamp cooler, it was too cold. I rolled around. I thought of the 4th of Julys of my childhood. Each one of those usually started with my two brothers and me crawling out the window of our parents' bedroom onto the roof of the first floor's porch. It was a shingled roof, and that was pretty rough on the bottom, but it allowed a balcony seat at the parade, the 4th of July parade, down the broad street in front of our house. My parents, well, my mother, usually made us crawl back in before the parade started because the roof angled down too sharply. She preferred we walk down 15 stairs across the living room, out the front door, to ground level, to our front yard where we had a front row seat for the parade instead of being dumped there. Rolling around in my bed that night, 2020, I thought a lot about my parents, Mom, Dad. We all have them. But that day, that night, I didn't have mine. 2020, they couldn't keep me company. They couldn't comfort me. Couldn't call me back into safety. Instead, I found a poem to keep me company. Anyone lived in a pretty how town, with up so floating many bells down. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, he sang his didn't, he danced his did. Women and men, both little and small, cared for anyone, not at all. They sowed their isn't, they reaped their same. Sun, moon, stars, rain. Children guessed, but only a few, and down they forgot as up they grew. Autumn, winter, spring, summer, that no one loved him more by more. Wind by now and tree by leaf, she laughed his joy, she cried his grief. Bird by snow, and stir by still. Anyone's any was all to her. Someone's married there, everyone's. Laughed their cryings and did their dance, sleep, wake, hope, and then they said their nevers. They slept their dream. Stars, rain, sun, moon, and only the snow can begin to explain how children are apt to forget with up so floating many bells down. One day, anyone died, I guess, and no one stooped to kiss his face. Busy folk buried them side by side, little by little and was by was, all by all and deep by deep, and more by more they dream their sleep. No one and anyone, earth by April, wish by spirit and if by yes. Women and men, both dong and ding, summer, autumn, winter, spring, reaped their sowing, and went there came sun, moon, stars, rain. That's a poem by E. Cummings, 1894, died in 1962. See you next week at the Poets' Corner.